it's rare that the left of this country inspires me. And to be honest with you, it's a never type situation. But they did inspire me to make this video today. So maybe the tides are turning a little bit, huh? What I mean by that is the left and their incessant need to cancel any opinion that differs from their own has inspired me to make this video where I'm going to cancel 3 things that the left does that drive me insane. Now, mine's a little different because the left is, theirs is filled with the want and need to destroy people's lives. Mine is more just to make fun of them for their stupidity. So, a little bit different, but, the cancellation part's the same. That's really about it. The 3 things that we're going to cancel today are going to be the concept of voter suppression, the vast majority of the acronym LGBTQ+, and the last one is fascism and people that call others fascist. So the first one that we're going to start with is voter suppression, the idea of voter suppression, because it's so incredibly stupid, and I'm going to make the case that it's actually racist to even use it. Why I say that is voter suppression, the only time the left ever uses voter suppression, the only time they ever talk about voter suppression, the only group they're ever referring to in voter suppression are black people. They've never said it about white people. They don't say, this voter ID law keeps these poor white people from the trailer park from voting. Nope, never gets said. They never say, this voter ID law keeps these Native Americans from voting by leaving the reservation. Nope, they don't say it. They never say, this voter ID law causes all these Hispanic people to not be able to go down and vote. Nope, and that one would actually make a little bit of sense now, wouldn't it? They never say, this voter ID law makes it so that these Asian people, they can't vote. Or these Middle Eastern people, or these Indian people. It never happens. Not one time does it ever happen. You never see anybody out protesting, anybody out, going and getting mass amounts of Asian votes, all of that type of stuff. That never happens. Why? Maybe it's because voter suppression isn't a real thing. Because it's not a real thing. And that's what I'm saying. Voter suppression is basically just a racist way for the left to say that black people are incapable of doing what everybody else can do, and to a lesser extent, what white people could do. It's basically the Joe Biden way of being racist. The poor people are just as smart as white people. That type of comment. That's basically what voter suppression is. It's saying black people can't really be trusted to go get a free ID from the DMV. Here's the thing. I don't think that. Conservatives don't think that. I've known a lot of black people in my life. My brother-in-law is black. I've never seen any of them have an issue with getting into the bar. I've never seen any of them have an issue buying cigarettes or buying alcohol, going to the club, getting on an airplane, traveling out of the country. Nothing. All the things that anyone else does, I see all of them doing it. They're fully capable because, again, the color of your skin doesn't change your ability to function in this world. The only people that claim that it does are the Democrats. They're the ones that say black people can't get an ID. They don't have the ability. Or black people can't get down to the polling location. They don't have the ability to take a cab. Really? So you're basically saying that black people don't have the ability to go get an ID? Black people don't have the money to take a cab? What are you trying to say? Because to me, what you're saying is that you don't believe that one group of people, based on the color of their skin, is capable of doing what everybody else is capable of doing. Now, it's not just black people that are the reason you want to not have IDs. You just use them to justify it, which again is racist. But really the whole point of not having IDs is because you want to be able to ballot harvest. You want to be able to go into low income areas of black voters that you know have a high chance of voting Democrat and harvesting those votes. Going door to door, filling out the ballots for them, mailing it for them, but you don't want to have to prove the ID because you know most of them will not fill out that ballot for you. Same goes for Hispanic. You know that if voter ID is required, you're going to lose a lot of those Hispanic votes because a lot of them just don't want to deal with providing an ID to the government. A lot of them don't, some of them may be illegal and they're not going to risk it. Some, black, Hispanic, white, Asian, whatever, may have felonies, and they don't want to risk it. So basically, you don't want them for anybody because you know that you need those people, the dead people, people who are on voter rolls but no longer live in those places. You need all those people to vote without having to prove that they are who they say they are. But you use black people as the reason, because you know the term racist is a powerful word. So if you can attach racism to voter supremacy, then you know a lot of people will back down. Well, I'm not going to back down, and I don't think this new crop of conservatives is going to back down. So in the future, I say we cancel voter suppression. The entire idea of it, and we just let all races be treated equally. So we are canceling voter suppression as an idea. Next one that we're going to cancel is basically the entire acronym of LGBTQ+, and we're doing that for a couple reasons. One, it is redundant as shit. LGB, lesbian, gay, bisexual. They're all gay. What the hell do we have an individual one for each one? And why do the females get the L? What is it? What's a term for a gay guy? Is it just gay? That's it? But women can be gay too. The women are gay. The guys are gay. Why doesn't the guys get something like the women get lesbian? Well, that's the equality bullshit. Gay guys need to get their own acronym. They need to get their own letter and throw it into the acronym. This is bullshit. That's what that is. But seriously, all joking aside, no joke though, the L and the B need to go because it's redundant. You just need the G, man. That's it. It's just the G. Gay. Everybody. Sweet. Boom. Over. The rest of it, you got like 700 different letters in there, multiple P's and all this other garbage, and some of them you don't even know what they are. Like the Q could be queer, but it could also be questioning. What? How can you have two of them? How can you have two meanings for the same letter? It doesn't make any sense. And what the hell is questioning anyway? Questioning doesn't even make sense. I don't know. Okay, well then you're nothing. You're nothing at that point. If you don't know, then you don't get included. Is that damn hard to understand? Like if you don't know if you're gay, then you're probably not gay. No, to be honest with you. But if you are, and you find out later, go ahead and add yourself into the G later. The other thing, some of them don't even make any sense. Like the T, is that transvestite? Is that transgender? What is that one? That one's another one where it could be multiple things, but even if, no matter what it is, it doesn't even fit with being gay. The whole point of the thing is that it's like LGB, the lesbian, gay, bisexual, and yet then you throw in like gender identity. Why does that make any damn sense? It doesn't make any sense. Like that, it should be it's a whole different acronym at that point with a bunch of other things where people are confused about what their gender is. Like none of that makes sense. None of it. So that is why I'm canceling everything but the G in LGBTQ+. Third one, and probably the one that drives me the most nuts. It is the use of the word Nazi and fascism. because nobody knows what the hell it means. You're saying it. It hasn't existed since 1945. There hasn't been one country that has had a fascist regime since 1945. So it doesn't make any goddamn sense. Additionally, it doesn't make sense to apply it to Donald Trump or any conservative for that matter, because fascism was developed by Mussolini, who was a socialist, so it was never a right-wing thing anyway, even though these idiots tried to tell you that it's a right-wing thing. No, it's not. Mussolini died a socialist. His own words, he said he was a socialist his whole life. It was a socialist policy. It was a national socialism instead of a global socialism. That's the only thing that made it different from communism. Like, Jesus, this stupidity that people spout because they won't do any damn research it just makes you sound like an idiot. That's why we're canceling the entire term. Both of them. Nazis, fascists, gone. We have this anti-fascist group in this country. That anti-fascist means you're communists who are anti-communist nationally. That's basically what it means. Like, how stupid can you be? And this is the only reason it even happens anyway, guys. You ever wonder why we would still be comparing people to 1945 with Hitler and Mussolini and stuff? We do it because there's been plenty of killers, plenty of murderous regimes in this world ever since 1945, but they all inconveniently align with the Democrats with socialism. This democratic socialism is bullshit. It's communism. That's what it is. Cuba, communist. Venezuela, communist. Mao's China, communist. All these places where they've had just massive amounts of death and murder, the Soviet Union under Stalin, all those places, they don't compare. You don't hear anyone say Donald Trump is Stalin or Donald Trump is Mao. Donald Trump is Castro. He's Maduro. You don't hear that. You know why? It hits too close to home for you leftists because you believe in socialism, and the only thing that's existed since 1945 that's been killing everybody is socialism. That's just a way of putting makeup on a pig. Communism is socialism. Socialism is communism. And guess what? Fascism is too. You guys just don't even realize it. What you're actually trying to talk about, folks, are authoritarians. That's like, Kim Jong-un in North Carolina, in North Korea. Kim Jong-un is an authoritarian. He would not be considered a communist. So if you want to call Trump Kim Jong-un, okay, go ahead. Yeah, but fire away. You still sound stupid even saying that, because every authoritarian regime has been almost identical to what you guys are trying to spread right now in the United States. But have at it. But the last thing about fascism before we go is you really can't be even if fascism existed these days, you can't be fascist without getting rid of Christianity. Christianity didn't exist in Nazi Germany, folks. Christianity didn't exist in Mussolini's Italy, folks. They both made sure to get rid of it because you cannot have it. Same thing for communism. So that was a lot to say on those three things, and we're gonna have a lot more because the left does shit that just pisses me off all the time. I find them just to be just a nonstop just spout of just stupidity. So we'll do plenty more cancellations in the future, but as of March 1st, 2021, this is our first one. Those three things are officially canceled.